In this daily drop, it's an update on what my fog, smoke, or haze solution is going to be for this photo shoot. So let's go. All right, everybody, I am just about to head out the door for this last minute photo shoot. And while I couldn't find my fog juice for my large, well, smallish fog machine, but it's definitely bigger than what I'm going to be talking about today, I don't know. I haven't used that thing forever. I think I've decided what I am going to use. And it's kind of hard to see it with this particular background and not using a Fresnel or a hard light source. But I'm definitely going to be using the SmokeNinja. This is an updated version of their product, which comes in different packages. When this came to market originally, it was slightly different in terms of how you tuned it and how you used the product, but this is a lower cost, I think, just as effective solution. You know, things evolve over time. So this allows you to create fog, dry ice, and steam effects. There's different nozzles and attachments and stuff like that. For instance, this is actually, let me just take this off here and you can see this in real time. If I take this nozzle right here and I put this little dry ice attachment on here and I switch it over to dry ice, you will see that when I actually start to set this up, it creates this dry ice effect that really hangs on the surface very, very well. It kind of looks ridiculous right now. We'll see how everything holds up. But for what I'm doing today, I need to probably turn off the HVAC system, the air conditioning, so that there's less airflow. Get some hard, probably back keys. We'll see how that goes. Use this attachment with sort of this jet kind of part here, which steps it down and makes it more concentrated. And I think I'm going to use the fog attachment here, which is going to push this out into the space pretty consistently. But the key to the castle is creating haze if you want to lift the shadows and have that stuff hang in the environment for a long time. I'm not sure if we're going to go with something that's a little more stylized where our key is picking up more of the fog or the smoke from this particular unit or not. But they do sell a kit with the SmokeNinja that has this little Hazer attachment, which I'm just going to hand hold for now. There are some things that they've made in the past which attach directly to this. I find that just holding it by hand is easier. You turn it on and it has 3 speeds. That's the lowest speed, medium, high. And then what you do is you set this up and you turn it on, and it basically is creating much smaller particles, haze, that can be going into a space. And again, I could not have a worse background to sort of show this, because this this background just sort of makes it all disappear by the nature of what it is. And so I think it'll read a lot better in a larger space. So I'm going to try to get a little bit of behind the scenes stuff when I do that. I'm also going to bring this product with me. It's called Atmosphere Aerosol, which is basically canned haze. I just don't find that it holds as well. Let me just find one here that's already open and we can take a look at that. And this is obviously more expensive than using something like the SmokeNinja, which you can just refill with their basically their food grade liquid based stuff. Now, when you use this stuff, you have to be careful. It's not going to be an issue in a gymnasium where we're going to be in terms of setting off any smoke or fire alarm types of situations, but that can be a consideration when you're using a fog machine or a hazer. But in addition to that, it's just in terms of not having a lot of airflow is really important. And Yeah, I think those are the main considerations when you're using this stuff. It will create a little bit of a film, so you need to be aware of that. And even though it's food grade, just know, for instance, if you're going into a space, that you probably don't want to have tons of electronic equipment out that the haze is going to get all over. You can be very specific in terms of where it lives. So if you are putting that into the area where your talent is, I don't think you'll have any problem. I wouldn't necessarily haze over your equipment. It's not necessarily going to ruin it, but it's just using common sense and good practices. I'll put a link to this in the description if I can find it. I've had these for quite some time. I'm kind of bringing them up because I'm going to bring them with me as a backup. But the workhorse is going to be the SmokeNinja. It uses these types of batteries, which I'm sure you've seen very oftentimes if you're using things like gimbals and the like. I'm going to bring extras of those. I have plenty of juice to put in there. I think we're going to haze the space, and then I'll probably put a little bit of fog or smoke in there so we get some, some things that are happening that make a lot of sense. You get the basic idea. Links in the description. Don't forget to, and I'll see you on the next episode of The Daily Drop.